I were a rich fan, dum. I would go to each and every con. If I were a wealthy fan, I wouldn't work with mundanes, dum. If I were a very, very rich, 7 days a weekend kind of fan, I'd rent that big fine room on the hotel's highest floor that they call the bridal suite, with the finest view of Detroit's downtown. And I would ask room service for the finest fare on the menu I could eat, and chug Dom Perignon to wash it down. I'd spend my cash, my money early on Friday, browsing in the huckster room, buying every t-shirt and game in sight. And then the rest I bid away at the art show late Saturday afternoon. And I'd be a pauper by the night. Oy, if I were a rich fan, dum. I would go to each and every con. If I were a wealthy fan, I wouldn't work with mundanes, dum. If I were a very, very rich, 7 days a weekend kind of fan, I'd bring my $1,000 guitar to the Filk Room promptly at 10 on Friday night, with copies of my latest tapes in tow. And my computer MIDI keyboard would sit beside me on a table to my right, with conga drums and flutes and saxophone. I'd win the masquerade with my gem-studded armor, leading a troupe of 7 knights. On our stallion mounts we would steal the show, and I'd impress the other gamers with my 12-carat diamond pair of dice and figurines of 14-carat gold. The most important fan in town would come to fawn on me. They would ask me to support them for their bid in 99. Will you please support us? Won't you please support us? And I'd be the guest of honor for all time. The Hugo is mine. And I'd give hors d'oeuvres to the con suite, like caviar and goose pate. 'Cause when you're rich, you don't care what you pay. If I were rich, I'd have the funds that I lack to eat at a banquet every night, and maybe get a seat next to Frederick Pohl. And we'd discuss the details of his latest book, and he'd ask for my advice. That would be the sweetest thing of all. Oy, if I were a rich fan, dum. Lord, who made the poor and wealthy fan, you decreed I should be what I am. Would it spoil some vast and mundane plan if I were a wealthy fan? Virtual reality can be deceiving. Everything is not as it appears, and only enough I didn't dare. Then she replied, I also have a secret that I should have told you from the start. I also have parts that were created, but more is artificial than my heart. For I am what you might call an arty, an artificial life form and a slave, created as a sex toy, soft and pretty, meant to serve my master many ways. But I wanted more from life than serving. I'm more than just a pleasuring device. And so I found my way into the network. I never meant for you to pay the price. I only meant to prove that I'm an equal, to show no one could see through my disguise, and win for all my kind the right of freedom, which my race is currently denied. I'm sorry that I led you on so blindly. It wasn't my intent to play a game. Finding romance was not my purpose, but I fell in love there just the same. She turned to walk away, her heart was slowly breaking, but he cried, I don't care what you are. In this world, love is a chance we must risk taking. I've loved you where it matters most, on the inside, on the inside, on the inside. The prices of software have gone through the roof. My overdrawn bank account is final proof. But what can a poor old computer not do with that compulsion to have something new? Once you're an addict, you never can stop. We've got the answer now, let's make a swap. I'll give you Tetris and you give me Tank, and we'll both be happy with cash in the bank.
Break the code, break the law, let's lead the way. He is a fool who says crime doesn't pay. Come join our ranks with your discs and your drives. We'll be software pirates the rest of our lives.
Little care we for the law, it is true, but it's what the publishers forced us to do.
They made us do it.
Their prices have made it a matter of time until we all turn to a new life of crime.
Break the code, break the law, let's lead the way. He is a fool who says crime doesn't pay.
He's a fool.
Come join our ranks with your discs and your drives. We'll be software pirates the rest of our lives.
So if there's a program you've been dying for but couldn't afford it, well, suffer no more. Bring us a copy of something you've got. We'll trade you our latest, it's new and it's hot.
Break the code, break the law, let's lead the way. He is a fool who says crime doesn't pay. Come join our ranks with your discs and your drives. We'll be software pirates the rest of our lives.
Come aboard,
We'll be
matey.
software pirates the rest of our lives.
That's a matey.
Farewell, dear Leonard, for you have gone away. always will. That truth speaks clear to me. Our laws have told us that faith should be blind, but you opened my eyes and I see. Yes, the way of the faithful is love, not fear, and you opened my eyes and I see. For the world is hollow and I have touched the sky, and the vision I see can be ours. For when Yonada has reached her final home, then I'll follow you to the stars. For the world is hollow and I have touched the sky, and the vision I see can be ours. For when Yonada has reached her final home, then I'll follow you to the stars. For the world is hollow and I have touched the sky, and the vision I see can be ours. For when Yonada has reached her final home, then I'll follow you to the stars. I'll follow you to the stars. We have shared so many lives together, and I've come to love you more each passing one. And I think of all the ways that I've spent the time with you, loving you as friend, loving you as son. Though I'm sure we've had our lives of hatred, no memory of them is in my mind. Yet I'm sure that there were times when I fell before your feet, when my anger and my fury made me blind. But most of all, I'm sure that with you I feel secure, and I want to play each part with you again. Don't leave the circle. Don't leave my life. Please don't leave the circle. Stay with me, play with me. Don't leave my life. I remember when you were a pharaoh, and I gave my life to honor you and Ra. I remember how I held you on the night that you were born, and you were the fairest child in all Milan. But I remember best when you put me to the test, and I won the chance to see you once again. Don't leave the circle. Don't leave my life. Please don't leave the circle. Care with me, share with me. Don't leave my life. The people that I meet, tell me that we've shared our love in yet another way. And though this time around you and I are only friends, what will happen in the next life, who can say? But one thing I can say is the way I feel today, I would hate to think we'll never meet again. Don't leave the circle. Don't leave my life. Please don't leave the circle. Go with me, grow with me. Don't leave my life. I need a crisis in my life, something to really bring me down, something to wipe that lousy rotten grin off my face and replace it with an awkward frown, something to take away all my self-confidence and fill me up with stress and strife, so I can take this whole thing more seriously. I need a crisis in my life. Well, maybe I should try me a straight job. Yeah, work 9 to 5 every day, live in an illusion called security, while the government zaps my pay, till I can barely make it through another week. But I can barely make it through anyway, so why not have me a good time? I need a crisis in my life. I need a crisis in my life, something to really bring me down, something to wipe that lousy rotten grin off my face and replace it with an awkward frown, something to take away all my self-confidence and fill me up with stress and strife, so I can take this whole thing more seriously. I need a crisis in my life. Well, maybe I should try me a relationship. Yeah, find out what love is really all about. Spend half of my time trying to work it all in and the other half trying to work it out. Then I could get me one of them there rejections, yep, and lead a life of shame and guilt and doubt. Yeah, but that just seems like a hell of a bore. I need a crisis in my life. Well, if you've been having a lot of problems lately, why don't you just come and foist them off on old Renee for a while? Yeah, I just love a challenge. You know, challenges are what give life its grace and style. And if things have been going kind of normal, you know, nothing really wrong and nothing really right, well, I got a surefire remedy. How about a crisis in our lives tonight? Yeah, we need a crisis in our lives, something to really bring us down, something to wipe that lousy rotten grin off our face and replace it with an awkward frown, something to take away all our self-confidence and fill us up with stress and strife, so we can take this whole thing more seriously. We need a crisis in our lives, crisis in our lives, first time that I saw you was across a crowded floor. You were the model of perfection, just what I'd been searching for. And as I ogled all your specs and checked out every line, I knew that it would not be long until I made you mine. They said your name was Macintosh, a fine old Scottish clan. I filled out all the paperwork and made a payment plan. I carried you o'er the threshold and took you to my room, and knew as I unwrapped you I'd make my first entry soon. Kinda gives data processing a whole new meaning, huh? I married my computer MacSpouse, and ever since you came into my house, nothing is the same, and my life's become a game. We'll work things out together, hand and mouse. When I come home from work at night, as tired as can be, I just can't wait to throw myself into your waiting keys. I give your screen a soft caress until the dust is gone. Then I put my arms around you, 'cause I love to turn you on. Ooh, baby, you've got the hardest drive, and just look at all that RAM. I married my computer MacSpouse, and ever since you came into my house, nothing is the same, and my life's become a game. We'll work things out together, hand and mouse. Not everything's word perfect, every program has its bug, but every time you're down, I always try to bring you up. I push your buttons, but without your input I would die. So share your memories with me, you're the apple of my eye. I married my computer MacSpouse, and ever since you came into my house, nothing is the same, and my life's become a game. We'll work things out together, hand and mouse. Nothing is the same, and my life's become a game. We'll work things out together, hand and mouse. Computers. Can't live with them, can't live without them. Nowadays being handicapped is really not too bad. Everything's accessible, and yet I still feel sad. As a doctor or a lawyer, I can charge a hefty fee, but the occupation of my choice requires mobility. I want to be a criminal. I want to climb the fire escape up to the 7th floor, climb in the window and blow up the safe. I want to do the things I've always dreamed of, but never could. It's getting kind of boring just sitting here being good. I want to rob a liquor store, or maybe break into a bank. Then I would hide out in a warehouse basement with all the gang. I'd make my getaway in fashion in my black limousine, 'cause being wanted is everybody's dream. I want to be a criminal. I want to lie and cheat and steal, just to be fingerprinted now and then would give me such a thrill. I want to practice hitting moving targets with my 45. Then I know just what they mean by it's great to be alive. I want to see my photograph in every public place in town. I'd wear my overcoat and dark sunglasses to blend into the crowd. If I could break the law like other people, life would be serene, 'cause being wanted is everybody's dream. I'd be the world's most crooked wheeler dealer that you'd ever can we do? We wrote about you for so long, in book and movie, poem and song. Now it's coming true. It's all coming true. You traveled from your homeworld, a bare deserted place. It was destroyed by greed and war. It can't support you anymore, so you turned towards space. You turned your sights towards space. You do not come in peace, but only seek to kill. You want the world on which we live. You'll slaughter us until we give, but we never will. We swear we never will. Although you have more power, we will beat you if we can. Your strength is greater than our own, but we'll fight to keep our home from the beast named man. From you, the beast named man. We have learned of terror and your sordid history. You killed the natives of the land, just like you killed the Indian, so you can live free in the name of living free. Feel you no pity in your quest among the stars. You brought your fate down on yourselves. Go find a new home somewhere else. You'll never conquer ours. We'll be damned if you'll have ours. I was no more than a child, traveling with my family, when I saw the ocean's waters my first time. I could not believe the magic or the way it called to me, as the sunlight on its surface made it shine, and the ever-changing hues of the waves upon its shore left their patterns in the ageless sands of time. And the losses that we feel from the damage we can't heal are the everlasting sorrow of our crime. I went on a vacation when I was 33 to get back the peace of mind that I had lost. As I drove into the mountains, the thought occurred to me that this view must be preserved at any cost. And the green slopes turned to blue as the sun was coming down, and the ridges on the hills were blurred and soft. But the treasures of this kind, now except for in my mind, have vanished from the world, forever lost. Industry was more important than the beauty of our land, but I don't think it was worth the price we paid. Where are all the bright tomorrows of the future that we've planned, in the ugliness of chaos that we've made. What's the purpose of the game if there's no place left to play, and we're all the losers in this sad charade? If we'd only listened then, we could have it all again. When we had the chance to change, now it's too late. I am the race down the hallway, my battery's humming. I am the scattering of people when they see me coming. I'm sure to slide 'cause the floors were just recently waxed. But I don't care if I skid anymore. Living life slowly just seems such a bore. I'm on my way, I've got 4 on the floor, going fast. Wheelchair in high gear, beeping lights and squealing tires, doing sit and spins. Ain't no one knowing where bad parodies will end and good taste begins, but it's not here. I always laugh when the sign says, please wait to be seated. I block the aisle 'cause my motor is just overheated. I've sat in the bar room and drank now for over 4 hours. I've had 12 fuzzy navels and I'm in a fix. Drinking and driving, they say, just don't mix. But officer, how could I speed at just 6 miles an hour? Wheelchair in high gear, beeping lights and squealing tires, driving DUI. Ain't no one knowing if I just get high enough, maybe I could fly. He was alone 'cause they knew he couldn't walk, and they'd pretend he wasn't there. They would not answer when he tried to talk. Ignore him and he'll go away. He's not like us anyway. They couldn't see the man behind the chair. And he says, why must I be an object on display? Can't I be loved for who I am? I'm not a character in a play. Try to see the real me if you can. Don't give me pity or try to look away. I want to help you understand. There must be something that I can say. I'll find a way, I know I can. When she was younger, she didn't have a friend. The children called her 2x4. Now that she's older, the nightmare doesn't end.
quiet sort of way his family couldn't understand. The day he told them that he was gay, he couldn't bear their hate and scorn. He couldn't see why he'd been born. He's dying now of AIDS without a friend. And he says, why must I be an object on display? Can't I be loved for who I am? I'm not a character in a play. Try to see the real me if you can. Don't give me pity or try to look away.